Hey everyone, Coach Stefan Rudolph coming to you straight from Recovered Coaching today in beautiful Valley Center, California. Coming to you with a message of hope, strength, and willingness to survive and thrive in life. This area right here, life is hard, but God is good. And coming to you from a beautiful location here out in the country. If you look up Valley Center, California, it's North County, San Diego. And this is where my coaching program will be from now. At this point, relocated a little more inland in San Diego County, but beautiful. I was about 10 minutes away from the beach. That's always convenient. Now it's about 45 minutes, but this is what I'm looking at right now, and kind of what I've attracted exactly in my life is what I need: the peace, the serenity, the hope, and everything else to be able to take life to the next level. My message today for you comes to the area of meditation. And I'm bringing this to you from this area out in the campground. I call it fire pit area. Do some yoga, do some meditation, do some stretching out here. You'll see take a nap or two sometimes there. And really experiencing the hope that we have in our heart and the willingness that we have when it comes to taking action in our mind to overcome these obstacles. There's a big part in life when it comes to taking life to the next level. I have this notebook from Louise Hay and Dr. Wayne Dyer, an event I went to a while back, Hay House, Look Within. It's a simple notebook for taking daily notes and having a journal and a diary to write in. The message for today, it says, the spirit of love arranges all meetings in divine order for the highest good of all concerned. So when we think of meetings, we think of meeting someone in our life, bringing someone into our life, but it's also having to do with meeting ourself in the heart, meeting ourself in the mind and the heart, and bringing those two together. There's actually someone special in my life I'm doing this for, so I've attracted her in my life and vice versa and brought it to the next level of happiness. And she had mentioned about meditation and asked about it and what it does for me personally, what it can do for us, and how hard it is to keep the mind quiet and calm. I'm going to put this in a stand real quick. Hold on one second. Take a look at the sun. Isn't that beautiful? But a lot of it has to do with encountering the areas in our mind, these obstacles that come up that's saying, I can't be quiet. I can't do this. I can't do that. And we actually can. The I can't comes from the ego that is already established. Just tightening this up a little bit. But it's already established in the mind saying that I am not used to this. I myself, ourself, is not used to this. So we have an ego spirit that says, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. And we have an area in our life from the heart that says, I can. I am willing to. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to be open. Open-mindedness is the key to success. It's what I've learned in not only in sales, but in relationships and in life in general. There has to be an open mind to get to the next level in life. The message for today, as far as the meditation that the significant other asked me about, because meditation is not quietness. It's not complete quietness. The mind will never be quiet. That's the biggest obstacle that we have from our ego, is saying, I'm trying to meditate, but I can't stop thinking. We'll never stop thinking. The mind never stops, even at night. 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, say on average, we're awake. And that other 8 hours on average that we're trying to sleep and or sleeping, do you think our mind stops? No, it doesn't. It's constant. There's dreams, there's constant, it's never shut off. So trying to quiet the mind completely will never happen. Therefore, the ego wins out every time. The ego says, see, I told you it's not going to work. This isn't going to work. I can't be quiet. Even for 60 seconds, if you try that, it's a big part of it saying that, oh, I need to stop right now. I can't quiet down, and so I need to stop meditating because it's not going to work. Meditation is not quietness. It never will be. The mind is always awake. These are some notes I put together over the past day or two. The mind is always awake. So the mind is there consciously and constantly moving. Meditation is conscious awareness of the now. It is stillness. It is the I can, the C-A-N, the I can when it comes to the mind versus the brain. C-A-N, conscious awareness of the now. Conscious awareness of the now. when it comes to the mind versus the brain. So the mind has a part of it. The brain is programmed. The mind is saying, we need to do something different. We, the mind and the brain, we need to do something different. Talking to the ego, the heart versus the ego. In between, as I mentioned before, excuses. I can't do this. I can't do this. Yes, you can. I have a heartfelt mindset to meditate, for quietness, for stillness. Meditation is conscious awareness of the now. It is stillness. It is the I can when it comes to the mind versus the brain. And the mind versus the brain, and the battle that goes on from here, from this point, I needed to focus on breath. I needed to focus on areas of my life in meditation that I could slow down, concentrate on breath, thought of breath, and go from stinking thinking, I call it, as you've maybe heard out there before, stinking thinking, to conscious thinking. Concentrate on breath, thought of breath. So there's going to be thoughts. We can't ever meditate completely silent. It's almost impossible, I feel. Cats come up like this, little animals come up, things come up in your life when you're trying to concentrate and you're trying to take it to the next level. You're saying, I need to be quiet, it's not gonna work. So I concentrate on breath. That's basically 6 seconds in. So I'm gonna give you an example here. I even brought out my yoga mat. Might get a few stickers in it, but that's okay, clean it up. This is something that when I sit down in the morning, either in bed or do some yoga at the gym even where it's a little loud, some noise going on, still being able to quiet the breath, quiet the mind and concentrate on the breath. So this part right here is the key essential, starting out saying, I can do this. I have some meditation music in the background, and usually this pose right here is common, but anything, just sitting in a chair, even at a red light, I call it sometimes, you got about 30 seconds or less at a red light to do this, but you're just calming down the mind. The best place is your quiet place. Find your place, whether it's in your bedroom, in the living room, out on the lawn, somewhere where you can simply be quiet, breathe in, and the best way I found to quiet the mind is to count the seconds and focus on the breath. Close your eyes. I'm going to focus on the breath coming in about 4 to 5 seconds. It doesn't need to be exact. And then holding it for 3 or 4 seconds. Not just breathing in, breathing out, but actually feeling the breath coming down through the throat, through the chakras here, through all the way down through the stomach, holding it deep, and then holding it for that 2 or 3 seconds, and then breathing out continuously. So on average for me, it's about 4 to 5 seconds in, 2 to 3 seconds holding, 4, 5, 6 seconds out, holding out for 2 or 3 seconds as well. So a lot of this has to do with being still in the moment. Holding out for 2 or 3 seconds, breathing in. Breathing in through the nose is how I like to start to get to a certain point. And when I feel I can't breathe anymore at that point from the nose, it's interesting, you can actually breathe. My body, your body, any body, there's no body like your body, can breathe in even deeper through the mouth. So this is an example. You'll feel the lungs expanding at that point too. So this is deep breath, as deep as possible through the nose. Once you get to that expansion point in the nose, you'll feel the breath feeling full there at this point. You can actually, my body, can breathe in through the mouth, doing those quick inhale breaths that I did before, and holding it, and basically just doing this 3 or 4 times. That's all that I ask. That's all that I ask my body when it comes to the areas of knowingness of how to still the mind. So even in that point right there, I kind of feel these, they call them the chakras, but I feel this alignment come together that it feels good for me, and I'm calming my mind down. The brain that's programmed to say, I need to go to work, I need to do this, I need to pay this bill. Focus on breath. There will never be enough quietness and stillness in your mind to say, I have perfect serenity, or I have this. there's always going to be a concentration on something or someone or somewhere. So the areas I've found is to just focus on that breath and all these thoughts that come in, acknowledge them, and they go out. Breath, breathing in, focus. I need to pay this bill. Thank you. I'm busy right now. I'm meditating. What about her? What about him? It's going to keep coming in, but you acknowledge it, push it out, not push it hard, but just say thank you. I'll come back to you later and go from there. So this point I bring up for the fact that this significant other in my life, she needs the next step in this level, but it's already in here actually. What's happening in between, again, as I mentioned before, the mind can take the action, the heart has the passion, but the excuse is I can't be quiet. We never will. So it's going to keep happening. So thought of breath going from stinking thinking to conscious thinking, and I call it to conscious thanking, from thinking to thanking. Thank you for this day. Thank you, God. Thank you to the higher power, whatever you want to thank out there. Thank you. Conscious thanking through gratitude, the awareness. Battle through the mindset that says, or the ego that says, this won't work. I can't do this. I can't do this. I've tried it before. I can't do it. It's not going to work. It will work from the heart with action from the mind and bringing in the spirit, connecting all three areas. So battle through this won't work or I can't do this. The easiest way is to make a compromise with yourself. Make a compromise. This 60 seconds, that's all I ask of you to ask of yourself, to do for yourself, to be yourself, to be the new self within, to take it to the next level and be able to say, taking this won't work, I can't do this, and agreeing with yourself to say, I'm going to make a compromise with myself and agree with myself that I can take a short 60 seconds to take 3 or 4 long breaths like I showed you. So that's about 15 seconds each, 4 or 5 maybe. You don't need to hold your breath and push it. You don't need to breathe all the way out. You don't need to extend to in a certain area. It's just take your steps one step at a time, one breath at a time, one thought at a time. It's living in the now. So when the past comes up saying, I tried this, it's not going to work, I can't do this, it'll never work, you're doing it. Excuses be gone. Excuse the excuses out of your life. So take that 60 seconds. I do about 2 to 3 minutes right here. Some people say meditate for 20 minutes. Some people say 15. Some people say 5. Your body, remember there's no body like your body. So take it to the next level. Here you will find calmness and contentness. And especially as a couple, if you have a significant other in your life, you're doing something with him or her, actually get in that pose that I showed you right there, back to back. So you're sitting in this area and he or she is right behind you with your back to her or his back. And you're posed in that area to where you have the awareness and you're supporting each other. No pun intended in a relationship, but supporting each other to where you are with each other. If you don't have that significant other, you do. That significant other is in your heart. So remember this mindset, remember the collaboration that you're working together as a team. Don't look at it as a battle, but with your past life and what you want in the future, there's the in-between, having to bring them together to align those, what's called chakras, to align everything in your life, to eliminate the negative, focus on the positive. And Gearbox, by the way, that's a racquetball gear that I wear. It's called Gearbox. Use rackets, playing racquetball. Meditation on the court. On my racquetball court, when I play, is the biggest thing in my life. That's kind of where my ego takes control, takes over, says you need to make a better shot. It's competitive, it's constant. So I have to meditate on the court. Meditation, at a stoplight, just taking a couple breath and being able to take it to the next level of conscious awareness through the conscious breath and aligning those chakras, aligning the heart, mind, soul, and spirit. So I appreciate your time. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to subscribe here, like, and share. I know it's been a little long, but this is the long time period that we need to take every day. Even though it's 1 or 2 minutes, it's going to seem like a long time in the mind. The mind's going to say, I don't have time. I need to get to work. I need to pay the bills. I need to do this. This is 1 minute out of every day. For the first 7 days, I ask for you to try that. Write back your comments on here. Subscribe, like, and share. And I'll be out here to answer those questions. My website is recoveredcoaching.com. And my name is Coach Stefan Rudolph. Appreciate your time. Have a blessed day and a blessed life. Peace.